Hello guys and gals, me Mudahar, and today I'm going to celebrate the week with the Switch, the anniversary, ladies and gentlemen. Consider this a review. But today we're going to be talking about the new system that recently just came out from Nintendo, the ever-lovely Nintendo Switch. Now I'm going to give you the whole sort of play-by-play upon getting this. I had this originally pre-ordered at Best Buy, but Best Buy completely shit the bed and completely, well, I didn't really get the pre-order, okay? Bottom line, I never got the fucking device out of them, right? So I felt kind of really pissy, but I was like, whatever, it's a Switch, I'll probably get it out later. There were people scalping this thing in lines for like $1,000 for a place to get a Switch, and I was like, I'm not gonna pay 1,000 for a fucking Switch, right? It's not for a line, right? That's not gonna be fucking happening. But the thing is that the Switch came out on Friday last week, right? And I decided I'm gonna go to Walmart because they're probably gonna have a couple of these things in stock. I went to the fucking most out of place Walmart ever near my city. Massive fucking line. Well, it was a super center. I still got the device. There was a lot of crying kids. All they got were fucking amiibos. I got the Switch with Zelda. All right over here. I got Legend of Zelda, and that was fucking it. So I picked up the Nintendo Switch, and the beautiful thing about it is when I got home, it took me like an hour, maybe tops, right? And that was me being fucking lazy. To just get this thing going, attach the Joy-Cons, get everything set up, dock-wise, update the system, update whatever the hell needed to be updated, get the game in, which, by the way, was amazing, because as soon as you put these cartridge games into this, there's no installation like the PS3, Xbox One. Shit just goes, and you can start playing the game instantaneously. Beautiful stuff right there. Now, a week later, I played the hell out of Zelda. I haven't beaten Zelda, but I've gotten pretty fucking far in it to really make an accurate assessment of how good the game is. If you're getting a review of Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, good fucking game. If you have a Wii U, get the Wii U copy, all right? Because you don't need to buy a fucking Nintendo Switch for like $300, $400, wherever the fuck you live, right? $299, $399, $400, wherever the fuck it is, right? Whatever pricing it is. You don't need to buy the system. I'm going to tell you the whole thing about why you don't need to buy the system. Lately, as I've been on YouTube, I've noticed that a lot of people are giving this thing a lot of cocksucking reviews. Like, they're really, really, really sort of hamming it up and shilling out for the Nintendo Switch. And, it's no shock. There are some channels out there that have given the special treatment by Nintendo, right? Getting a couple Switches early. But I believe no matter in what case, if you get something early, Intel sent me a package with an Asus motherboard and like there are Skylake CPUs, and I wouldn't shill out for that entirely. There are genuine good things for it, but I've noticed that there's been some fair amount of shilling, and anytime somebody genuinely criticizes this thing, there's a lot of fucking shade being thrown towards it, and it comes from both sides of it. So I'm going to give you the most impartial thing possible, right? So you can make the actual decision on getting a Nintendo Switch or not. First of all, the system fucking feels great in the hand. It's one of the most comfortable things ever, and that's coming from like the Wii U. The Wii U was already comfortable as hell. I remember the first day I touched the gamepad, the Wii U gamepad, I was actually shocked considering it looked kind of big and bulky, but when you actually play it, it was really, really comfy to deal with. And the same could be said for the Switch. Playing this thing in your hand feels amazing. It's not like this weighs too much, or it feels too wide, or something feels ergonomic. Yeah, the sticks could be better placed, but it's a fucking decent system in that regard, right? As far as the Switch system goes, this is a Switch system. It's basically a tablet, a little closed off a tablet running their own custom operating system. It has a Tegra chipset in it, which gives you some decent visuals, I guess you could say. They got a Ventix solution. They've got where you can put the game card in, which, by the way, it's right fucking over here. Yeah, I've tasted it. It feels fucking weird, right? But, stick that back. The game cards are actually decently sized, by the way. It's got a little headphone jack, power, volume, all that crap. You go into this, it's got a nice little touchscreen going for it. So I think that's what people kind of forget about this thing. It has a cool little touchscreen to it. The screen's 720p, but that's fine, all right? It means you're not pushing the graphics too fucking high in portable mode, and frankly, you have more battery life, right? Which, by the way, is god-awful abysmal, because this thing only lasts like 2.5 hours playing Legend of Zelda, which, it's a fine-looking game, but 2.5 hours I'd hardly say is portable. They touted these things as being played in an airplane. Well, I'm going to fucking Japan in July, so, if those plane rides last a fucking while, so I'm going to need like 2 power banks to be playing this. Hopefully by then Skyrim is going to be a thing. But point is, you get the whole thing. You understand that the Switch is basically a tablet, and the cool thing about it is you can hook this right up to a dock, which they provide you, very cheap dock, by the way, which actually apparently scratches your fucking screen. That's why every time I put it in to take it out, I always look at the screen entirely, right? But you plug this into the dock, and it displays on your TV almost instantaneously, and it even gives your games a little more graphical power. For example, Zelda runs at 720p if you play it in your hand, but you put it up, it runs at 900p with, I think, a slight increase in some effects, not really massive. Well, that's why you can get the Wii U version, because there's really no difference between the Switch and the Wii U version of Zelda. If you have a fucking Wii U, get the fucking Wii U version of Zelda, all right? That's it. If you want to just play that game, don't get a fucking Switch. It's retardedly expensive for just being a Zelda machine right now. So how's the system as far as playing it, right? Well, the system, as far as I can tell you, apologies for the little phone going off. Let me just put the vibration on that. The system has a bunch of these gimmicks. You know, you can take off the Joy-Cons, and frankly, you can set this down. You can pass a Joy-Con to another friend, and you can sync them together. And they got these little 2 extra buttons on it, and you can like play it together, right? Like you can play it like a fucking miniature NES controller, which, by the way, it doesn't fucking feel bad. All right, it doesn't feel bad whatsoever when you play it that way either. It actually works well, surprisingly. So, anyways, when you're back done and you want to play it together, you just simply take the Joy-Cons. You slide them back into whichever side they were in, which, you know, it's easy to fucking figure out. This thing has like really decent rails, and as soon as you put it in, you get like a satisfying click out of it too, right? It's actually pretty decent going on that regard. The actual system itself is snappy as hell. Like you can really just go through. You can start games really quickly. You can fire up, let's say, the eShop really fast and just start. Let me just click a user real quick. And you can just instantly go to the eShop and buy stuff from there on in. Which right now, there's not a whole lot of games on the system to begin with. You have your Legend of Zelda, you have something called 1-2 Switch, which is basically a fucking Flash game priced at $60. You have fucking Super Bomberman, which again is highly priced for whatever game it is. We've played Bomberman, it shouldn't be priced that fucking high. They have games like I Am Setsuna, which is actually cheaper than what is on Steam, so I might pick that up too. They have Shovel Knight, they have a bunch of games. Of course, there could be more. They added some Neo Geo stuff, but there could be more to it, all right? But it just came out. The system's a fucking week old, okay? I think anybody thinking that it should have the games library of the fucking Xbox 360 needs to be, like, reassessed. It's not going to have that yet. That's where we're at in terms of the Switch. Now, the system, again, feels smooth, and that's the beautiful thing about it, too. Compared to the PS4 and Xbox One, this thing starts up, you can get into a game, no fucking questions asked. Literally, with the PS4, you put a disc in, you gotta install. Same with the Xbox One. With this, you put the game card in, you hit A, and you're into the fucking experience. It's as easy as that. Now, this is the problem with the launch titles as well. I feel like Breath of the Wild, because it's on the Wii U as well, and it's not too different at all. Slightly lower resolution, fucking Cry Me a River. It's kind of pointless for you to pick up this system for just Zelda, because it literally is just a Zelda machine. And that kind of hurts, because they have 1-2 Switch, which Nintendo, why the fuck didn't you just make a WarioWare launch game? Why the fuck didn't you just do that from the start? You know, you could have made a WarioWare launch title and that shit would have been fine. I've been playing some Shovel Knight, and Shovel Knight plays fucking well. That's the beautiful thing about the system. That's where it shines, because I'm a guy that travels, right? I'm a guy that likes playing my systems around the house in a way, right? And I love portable. I love the Vita for that. I love the 3DS. It's an amazing feeling for me to say, go into the system quickly. Let's say we start up Shovel Knight, right? And let me just go into the system. We start it up. Literally, count the time. Count how many times. Like as we're talking, fucking, it starts up right there, and you can basically go into this. Let me just start up a save file real quick. As such. And I'm pretty far into the game, by the way. This is actually just the expansion. I picked this up for like $12. I wasn't going to get the whole thing, but I might. But the thing is, you get access to the Shovel Knight experience, right? And it looks absolutely freaking great, right? Whether you're playing it on the docked screen or you have it in your fucking hands like this, right? You get access to Shovel Knight. And I fucking died right there, but whatever. You get access to what is a pretty sweet game. And the thing is, it's like, as you're done, you can stick this thing onto the dock, take off the Joy-Cons, and then just play this in front of your TV like usual. It even comes with a little grip as well that you can attach to and make it look like a regular controller, which it doesn't have a charging port on it, which is really stupid, but that's why they sell you a little accessory, which is another thing about the Switch. They have too many fucking accessories that are like $20 to $30 more expensive than they need to be. I don't know what Nintendo's really thinking about that. But the gimmick, which really isn't even a gimmick at this point, of you taking your game with you and then playing it at your, TV, is done so well. There's no hassle to it. You just put it into a dock, it displays on your TV, boom, you're playing the game. If you need to go anywhere, you can take it out of the dock. There's no reloading, there's no nothing. It just comes out, you go on your merry fucking way, and you're done. And, that's the cool thing. If I was playing games like Ghost Recon Wildlands, which I just picked up, it would be really cool for me to just take that experience, take it out of the system, take the system with me and go play it somewhere else. Maybe take it to a friend's house, play some local area network, things like that. But is this system going to get games like Ghost Recon Wildlands? No, it's not. It's not a powerful enough system. That's where Nintendo fucking shit the bed again. It's not as powerful as the Xbox One, as some people even put the rumor out at. It's not even close. It runs on the Tegra chipset, which is a nice chipset. But if you look at things like the NVIDIA Shield TV, yeah, they have games like Resident Evil 5, but they look considerably worse than the Xbox 360 counterparts. In case it runs a little worse, so you're paying like next gen price. You're paying, well, not next gen. You're paying PS4 price for something that's not even close to PS4 levels. Not even like it's barely edging out of PS3 levels. If that. Remember what you're paying for. You're paying for a system that you can take with you, bring it. You're basically, at this point, the only way the system can live is if Nintendo fucking buckles down. They go to like Konami. They say, can you make us a Castlevania Dark Souls-esque game for the Switch? I would fucking jizz my pants if they did that. It would take this company going to a lot of these third-party companies and saying, can you make a version of our game? Can you make a version of your game for the Switch? Can you please do it? Better support, better dev kits, better all that. It takes that effort for them to go, to even attempt. And that's not going to really push it. The system's not powerful enough. People are going to stop fucking developing for it in like 2 years. If that. The system's going to have Just Dance. It's not going to have your Rainbow Six Siege. It's not going to have a lot of that shit. It's frankly where it's at. Nintendo already shit the bed for them as it is. I'm sorry to say that, but that's where the whole situation lies in. But that's really not the end. See, from a PC gamer perspective, I really want to play a game like, say, I Am Setsuna, right? Which is right now available on the Switch. On Steam, the game is like $43, but on this, it's about $39. So, if I was going to pay money, I'd rather pay money for the Switch so that I could play it on the TV and I could play it in my hands, because I Am Setsuna is a game that it's not like I'm going to get any less graphical experience as the fucking indie title. It should run similar spec to the PC, right? At max settings, I would think. Again, but it is fucking Nintendo. And the thing is, for a lot of those independent games, I would really like to see them brought onto the Switch. Play them on the TV and take them portable with you. That's a really nice thing that they got going for it, and I wish that's the gimmick they keep with and they stick with. It's nice to have those big budget games. This has a Metroid Prime on it that's good. It already has a Zelda on it that's good. If it has a Castlevania, Dark Souls, Mario Odyssey turns out to be good, I think they're fine. Third-party supported, they can get even a little bit of that, that's fine. And not even like, Ghost Recon Wildlands or like the multiplats that come out, right? They don't even need that. If they can get, say, Ubisoft, if they can get, say, Take-Two, all these companies to, say, make games for the Switch, right? Games that are more geared towards it, or new experiences in many other, series that they have out there, like maybe a Borderlands game, like a spin-off for the Switch. It would work. That's what you want to fucking get. But again, it all depends on if Nintendo wants to do that shit as well. And another thing, too, is that it doesn't really come with a lot of other features as well. What you're getting right here is just a gaming system. You're not getting anything else. The only thing you can do on the Switch right now is literally just play games. You can't browse the internet. You can browse the internet, but you got to go through some trickery to even do that. And that's not what you should be doing. You can't use Netflix, you can't use YouTube, and that's the thing that pisses me off, is a lot of people that are defending the system say, well, it's a gaming system, you don't need that. Yeah, you don't need it, but it's also a fucking tablet. At the end of the day, this is competing against my phone. My phone right now, one of the most recent fucking games that I bought, right now, this minute, was, let's say, it's right here. I bought The Escapists. Great fucking game. But alongside that, the system also comes with, let me just find it right over here. It's another, sorry for this, but you can also get games like, let's say, Bully, right, available on the device, and they run fucking well too. They run high resolution, run everything. The games that are on this are no fucking slouch. You can get top tier gaming experiences on a cell phone as well too. So this thing is competing with this. It's not competing with the Xbox One. But the thing is, it's like, if you're getting, let's say if you're getting the system turned off. If you're getting, say, Bully available right now on your cell phone device, right? Then this thing is competing with that. If this doesn't have the games that this system is bringing out, cheaper, running better, and frankly easier to download, easier to access, this thing's dead in the fucking water. So right now, I feel like a lot of people that are shitting themselves or trying to defend this need to look at it from an analytical perspective. Look, I'm not shitting on Nintendo because I enjoy it. I fucking bought a Switch, all right? I went out and got the system. I paid the blood money. But the thing is that this thing needs to really get its shit together. Because Nintendo isn't even selling a bunch of these to begin with. They're like undershipping these things to the stores, which is really stupid. It's like, it's in demand, you should get it sold out. But not only that, they need to actually get developers to start making games for this. There's a reason why I love the PS4 a lot, is because it has one of my favorite games, Bloodborne, a game that's not available on any other system but the PS4. If Nintendo, again, can get a Castlevania Dark Souls or something like that, that would fucking seal the deal for the system. That would make people actually buy it. That would give this thing legitimacy. So right now, it's just a fucking tablet that can basically play Zelda, which is also available on the Wii U. So, Nintendo, you need to get your shit together. You need to actually make this worthwhile. You need to go out of your way to, again, get some games made for it. Again, but the system just came out. It's just been a week. But I think at this point, Nintendo needs to focus on that exclusively. And they are making games. But you got to make more games. You got to get a lot more of those indie games on this thing, and you got to get them fast. Because right now, past Zelda, there is not a whole lot of fun on this system. You can go get 1-2 Switch, but that's literally... Why did you fucking make a WarioWare? I'm so triggered of that. You need to get more games on this thing up and running. If you're going to make a social network, if you're going to make a paid subscription service, stop giving people an NES game trial. Sorry, an NES rental a month. Just give them a fucking NES game. Bring the virtual console. I have Super Metroid bought on my Wii U. I would love to re-download it on my Switch and play it on the go. Dude, I might even buy Chrono Trigger and all that other shit for like, what, $5-6 a pop? It's up to you, Nintendo. You want to make money? This is the last chance they've got. There is no other system people are buying after this. This is fucking it. So let me know what you think. It'd be interesting to see if this is just a giant experiment for them. Like, why don't you even have some of those Pokemon Go or fucking the Fire Emblem, you know? Why don't you have any of those free-to-play games that even just on this ported? It's one of those things you got to think about with this company. So, at the end, this has been my Nintendo Switch video. It's been pretty lengthy as it is, but I need to get a lot of it out. And there's a lot of genuine criticisms. System's a week old. Get it when it's got some more games coming out for it. Promising stuff, but Nintendo needs to get its shit together, especially now that the system's out. And, you know... people are finishing Zelda. I mean, you got to do it, Nintendo. This is the last shot you got. And I'm not saying this to be super overtly critical. I'm just saying it because I'm a gamer, and I'd rather have Nintendo do well than shit the bed yet again. So if you like what you saw, please like, comment, and subscribe. Just like if you dislike it. This is me, Mudahar, and I am out.